office protected by walls and guards. You prefer to meet with her alone or with your entourage? My entourage will accompany me in my meeting with the governor. Lordship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the even in my worst nightmares. I'll never have imagined. Can't stop apologize. I'm not offended. Thank you, Your Lordship. Believe me, I'm infinitely sorry that the troubles of xenos have reached even here, the most protected places of xenos. One of your wardens helped us in battle, Mr. Bursch. You must be referring to Irliet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I've turned a blind eye to your horrific mutations given the undoubted advantages she brings. You'll see, Irliet comes from the local degenerate stock of this world and knows like the back of her hand. So she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit, sometimes I'm tempted to send her away from the estate. Her unnaturalness means she's speaking with her. Her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure and so tall. Did I hear you correctly, Governor? I have a mysterious mutant in your estate at this moment. Of prestigious height, slightly built, with supernatural talent of shooting. Did the arrival of this helper never give you a pause thought? Allow me to make myself clear. To refuse Irliet's help in our circumstances, you have been incredibly rash. Yes, mutants are creatures abhorrent by the Imperium. They will be exterminated, but sometimes humanity makes it for those who can serve the Imperium. I'm not concerned that your enemy is a mutant. I'm far more concerned that she might be nothing of the sort. Nobody else. I would like to meet this helper of Governor without delay, out of professional interest. Of course. If you wish to speak to Irlie, find her outside in the orangery. Most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others. What's happening on the planet? Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not notified at first. Gripping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families. And then it became apparent that what the administrative account had referred to as arrests were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They have already brought 13 angry complexes to halt and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are dodgily tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again. Can Janus fulfill its food supplies under current conditions? I risk I'm getting you, your lord, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let's consider the situation Passionate. Even the most talented logistic experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tithe when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and the terrified peasants are indulging in dangerous minority with their rank. Until the usual order of things is restored on Janus, any trade is high possible. Impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. Janus does not have its own fleet. We have organized a planet-wide that ships around because of yours. Perhaps you'll find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need, and I'm sure an approximate coordinates will be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crew handled. Okay. We'll get to the bottom of this. Okay. I'm grateful. Any of those what the state has perhaps have valuable source of much of them. Incidentally, I did overhear talking about some kind of a stranger. Yeah, that's a deal to let probates in. I as well knew taking the stuff as we speak and removing all trade back from the state. An esteemed Magus who is responsible for economic efforts on the planet is also here. I happen to be visiting this week, deliver his report. Of course, there is my aid in the war against the Imperial. I have not I have not done so. Fruitful station is on the verge of salvation. Angelos supply people. Yes, I know, your lordship. If the question is on such expansive fertile world as 1 feet 3,000 meter, we lose more provisions to my pets. Best every sacred and those on could paralyze. But we can ship the toll. But can we ship? No. Not a chance. Nikar Kushala, the surfer will be target back. Rebels will not bring it down. We need to do that first. Okay. Who's the person standing? One of my ladies in waiting, Amelia. Amelia performs secretarial duties, helps me maintain the constant contact with those families responsible for the productivity. My advisor implicit. And over time, Amelia has become not merely but almost my shadow. In here, we like losing. To bathe in the light of your goodness is it. Tell me about Jen. Not sure if I can do it. Janus is a remarkable world. both in terms of its vast potential and in terms carried out to transform it into an housewide as root xenos for generation, has without fail contributed to the planet's gaming. These were planet full of xenobeasts utterly unsuited for growing in. To this day, our best effort xenos regularly rebels against us. Earthquakes, tsunamis, the emergence of new pests that invade the arable land. Sometimes I cannot help but think that this world is ended up preciousness, capricious and stubborn child who likes well everything we have had. The grown xenos, mainly elegant flint corn and red turnip. Apart from that, in the southern hemisphere we have set aside vast tracts of land for the Grok's population. Similar to estimated techniques are mostly common in red as livestock. And of course I cannot fail to mention that the several thousand acres of tidal land given to cultivate and our personal use and limited access. I must take my leave.
Keep your wits about you.
The more you try to hide your colors from me, Master Van Kalox, the more clearly I can see them. If you find my gaze so unpleasant, just say so.
Do not mistake my caution for rudeness, Lady Cassia. I am usually the person who gauges others' secret thoughts and feelings. Being on the receiving end is different.
Can do here. Probably.
Crimson is a good color for battle attire. Enemies will perceive no weakness, not even if you are bleeding.
My augmentations allow me to function effectively, even in the event of extensive blood loss. This is what should concern those who dare to stand against the servant of the Omnissiah in battle.
Is there money to be made? That's how it's done.
Your Lordship, please, you're too close to the building. Now that it has hold himself. Cannot will be there. Here. Ready to report, Your Lordship. Conducted after the attack, all the assassins were neutralized. See, he set himself inside. He already injured two wardens to reach them. There is no need to wait. Poison clear the effects of death. I have only one question. Why have you not already done it? Credits. The longer you delay, the more you put his excuse about your bottles of poison are only just What's special about this? One of the utility buildings, fortunately, at the time of the attack, were no potential hostages or people in me. I as the killer came to when his speed was speeding his retreat. We managed to round up, but this one hurt himself. Not an empty utility building, but an inactive backup crypt storing and freezing equipment. This is obvious. Your ignorance is blessings. We see. Tell the truth, Your Lordship. I'm more concerned with clearing the area now than with his identity. I'm not expecting to get any valuable intel from something after we have something to person. Are you sure this is not exactly savior? I want to resolve how to pass as you use your
Always keep your eye on the prize.
when you approach piece of you won't take me like better put a bullet in my brain than let the government talk get their hands. And it looks nice and there's some good. Doesn't look I will too. Take them running away inside. Can be. Brother. Have mercy. As the supreme of this plan, only you have. Okay? Youth. Time of recklessness. Like that. More than Virginia during my novitiate. This is a time of terror. Let us listen to it. The view from what? One of we. Everybody here knows that she's doing to us. Stood up for it for a long time, hoping that somebody would interfere and help us, but nobody ever did. Okay? He has sent the whole world to us, their house. People are rounded up, the Koronus Palace, but they are never seen again. I once put something over the fields and the people lose their minds, hearing voices of evil spirits. And while the inches behind, still in our bones. I was taught that peasants have a tendency to exaggerate, telling the weakness of spirit. This young man, a million thorns, every second, in the neck. There are no license. They don't dispel. Who's behind the Your Lordship, thank you. Ask me, come and my breath. Don't wait for me, but you're telling me people are simple spirits. Yes, others are going far and attacking legendaries. People say something that they start quoting the lot together. Imperial law and I love basic medicine. There will be no end to the like that. As long as we keep. I've never been in their camp. None of us have. Only the chief from their base. He came a few times bringing weapons and water. He represented a greater force than we will imagine. He said that the governors will pay for their reprisals in Scotland. But that's not why they are here. They keep their distance from us. Okay? We have it all worked so that if anyone gets as angry, whisper the chief box. But after I killed the governor, I could use the message codes to find the base out here. Everything you know. Give up and come with me. Give you my word as a trader, you will live. Thank you. Thank you for this kindness. I never thought I'd survive. Okay. Your Lordship, I honor your prayer. Please allow me to get. No. Escort this man safely to the perimeter of the state. He is free to go. With the deepest respect, Your Lordship. It will be done.
Operation successful.